All right, hello everyone. Here we are, hole number 9. And what I'm going to do here is Epoch. You see I have the Epoch 5. Probably going to go Berserker, but we'll just see. Yeah, we're probably going to go Berserker. So I'm thinking, well, it depends. There's a couple different ways to do this. One thing I want to mention is having a little bit of range for your backspin could be a useful tool. So here you can see Razor actually has a little bit higher and it has the same accuracy. Might just go ahead and actually make the switch just for that little bit of extra backspin. You'll see why potentially. I mean, if I have to play it. So what I'll typically do is I'll try to kind of backdoor this one from the rough. It's very controlled. It gives you a very good chance to make it. So keep it in mind, if I get it up to where that I, want to get it up to, there's a chance that it rolls into the rough. If it does, in fact, roll into the rough, I'm going to be covered. Here you can see I got the smallest possible wind. I'm just going to go ahead and make the adjustment. I really wanted to hit that Berserker shot, but it's not going to reach the fairway. Now, if I hit this perfect, and what's that, about 4 on the top spin? If I hit this just perfect, it will reach the fairway. So one thing that you'll see is I'll keep the arrow a little bit more pointed towards the edge of the rough. So you can see that if I drew a straight line up, it's essentially going to probably hit the edge of the rough. Reason being, all this curl that I'm applying should bring it back much more to the left than what you actually see me lined up to aim, because it's landing so far down. In fact, you can see that it still missed the fairway. So I almost have to intentionally aim out in the rough. You can see even with that perfect ball, it did not hit the fairway like it was supposed to. Now, when you do hit the fairway, it gives you a chance to get up there to a thorn type, either thorn or hornet type pitch. So that's one of the reasons that you would probably want to keep in mind that I got the absolute smallest, worst wind that I could get. So any more wind that I would have had, it probably wouldn't have clipped the rough. It would have been long enough that it would have actually carried longer. I just got a really, really poor break there. But do keep in mind with that deflection, what I was mentioning, but you couldn't have got a worse wind than I did. So a little bit disappointing in nature about that. But, at least, it kind of gives you guys some guidance as to what to expect, more or less. And you can see top spin wise, you probably won't need too much. And you could just kind of replicate what I was doing there a little bit. So let's take a look at what we're going to have to do for the second shot. So now we're not going to, even have to talk about that Nirvana Razor shot that I was mentioning. There's kind of 2 ways we can go about doing this. We can do a bump, or sometimes similarly, you'll see me do kind of a rollout shot like this. And I'm kind of partial to kind of either. I don't really have a preference as to what I like to do here other than get it on the green. So here you can see with where I'm aiming, I am going to do a little bit of an overplay. I'm running out of time for the app, so I'm not going to use the notebook app here. I'm going to play this one very close to kind of mid-club, kind of about 18.5 rings, and I'm going to need some curl to kind of offset that wind effect. So here you see the ball coming in. It's shooting up towards the hole. It just needed a little bit more curl, more so than anything. There was so much left to right that it just was kind of hard to straighten that ball out. But you can see I give myself a very easy, straightforward eagle. Very, very low risk. No matter what happens on your drive, it's going to be very, very low risk. There's going to be a lot of ways for you to still get the eagle and avoid the mistake there. But as I was mentioning about the B52, we were pretty close to mid-ish club. So how many rings, what was that? I think it was about 17.5 miles per hour. And you can see the mid number is almost 17.5 as well. So let's say I was playing it maybe about here. So I should have went maybe in the neighborhood of 19 rings and just you know, had a lot of curl to kind of straighten out that wind. And that's more or less it. I'll try to play it similarly. Hopefully we can get a little bit better wind. I won't be able to do anything but a berserker for you guys next time. So, you know, hopefully we get a favorable wind here. And, you know, I'll show you kind of the other way that I recommend doing this hole with a berserker ball. So good luck there, guys. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.